So it's a beautiful day and I have the great privilege of not being stuck in an office or working otherwise in a stuffy cubicle somewhere. Instead, I'm here in Walpole Park, Ealing, enjoying the sun, trying not to get pooed on by birds. I did already get pooed on by a bird. I am actually working, I'm collecting B-roll for a video I'm making. And I thought this would be a good opportunity to talk about a topic I find very interesting called lifestyle design, which is all about, being able to work in the environment that you enjoy and making your work fit around your lifestyle instead of the other way around. So let's talk about that, shall we? So what is lifestyle design? Well, I basically literally just told you. If you were listening, you would know. I said it was fitting your work around your lifestyle instead of your lifestyle around your work. So typically we try and find a job. We feel very privileged to have found whatever job we were fortunate enough to get. And then we move to whatever location we need to move to in order to do that job, or we just fit our lifestyle around that routine. There's a couple sort of really getting it on over there and it's a little bit distracting, sorry. So we fit our routine basically around our work, and that means often not only going to work but also commuting to and from work, and then having only a few hours in the evening in which to spend our free time and feeling knackered. So the alternative to this is to flip that idea on its head. Instead you think, what is the lifestyle I want and what's the job that will support that lifestyle? So to a lot of people this means becoming a digital nomad. And a digital nomad is someone who travels the world whilst working on their laptop. They work online and this enables them to work from anywhere as long as they have a plug and Wi-Fi, which most places in the world these days do. So they can travel across Europe, across America or wherever, sit in cafes during the day typing away, and then in the evenings go and explore, or vice versa. And to them that's like the pinnacle of what they want to do with their time, and they believe they've achieved freedom, etc. from that. And to a lot of people the idea of being a digital nomad and lifestyle design, they're synonymous. However, if you only focus on being a digital nomad, you're kind of missing the point, because lifestyle design is about building the lifestyle you want. And that might not mean traveling all the time. For me, traveling all the time would be a little bit much. I would miss my creature comforts like cups of tea and comics on a Wednesday. And I also have a wife and I would probably miss her an awful lot. And so in general, it doesn't really suit me to be constantly traveling around the globe. I like to travel a little bit more than your average, and fortunately my job affords me that, but I also just like to have a more laid-back lifestyle. Instead of commuting to work, I like to do a workout in the morning. I like to sit in coffee shops around London or visit nice locations, and I like the privilege to come and be able to work somewhere like this and do things that I really enjoy, like working on projects like this video, other videos, my website, my apps, and I get a lot more reward from that. So I thought, what's the lifestyle I want? And that is the lifestyle of the pioneer. And then I thought, how do I make this happen? Instead of thinking, I'm going to do this job right now, how do I make my life work around that? And working online isn't the only way to do this. In fact, the only thing you need to do is to realise that there are lots of ways to achieve your goals, and you need to know what your goals are. So a lot of people, they work towards this invisible end point where they're going to retire and have this amazing life. But do you really want to wait until you're retired to actually start living life? I say no, and I think so should you. Instead, it makes more sense to try and live the life you want now. And I think actually, for most of us, we have the means to have the lifestyle that we want already within our grasp. So for instance, if you want to travel more, what I do is I go on cheap holidays using EasyJet, and I'm fortunate enough to have a friend pilot, meaning I can get extra cheap flights. But to be honest, a flight to Europe for me costs the same as visiting my home in Bournemouth, so it's negligible. The fact that I can work online means that I can work as I go, and it means I don't have to take time off work. It also means that when I want to take time off work, I don't have to ask anyone's permission, and I can go away for 3 or 4 days at a time, stay with a friend maybe, or visit somewhere, stay in an Airbnb very cheaply. There's no reason for me not to travel as much as I like, and you can probably do the same thing. Your work might be more flexible than you realise if you ask about taking a little bit of time off, or perhaps working from home and then taking your laptop with you to another country. They're not going to know. So yeah, you can travel more and have what you want. Or perhaps what you want is a massive house. Well, that's fine. All you have to do is put your resources that you already have into that massive house. So instead of trying to earn more and more money, instead try and increase your wealth by changing the way you spend your money. Because here's the other tip, your wealth is not directly tied to your income. For starters, you can have more than one income. I make money from my writing, from videos, from my website, from apps. But if you've got a full-time job, you can also decide to cut people's hair or rent out a room on Airbnb, or to students. There's this whole sharing economy thing. You could decide to sell crafts on eBay. What I'm saying is, there's no reason that you have to think, I have to get a promotion, I have to work harder to get more money. There's actually often a lot of other ways to get money. And sometimes it just means spending less money on things you don't really need. Like, I know that I buy computer games sometimes. Before I finished playing the other game, I just bought Bastion and I bought Transistor because those games were on special offer on Steam, but I haven't finished playing Fury yet. So why did I do that? I don't know. But if you stop doing that sort of thing and you stop spending money in the places you don't need it, you'll have more to spend money on things you want. So again, it's just knowing your goal and knowing what it is you want to achieve. And then once you do that, you might realize that actually the easiest way for you to get what you want, the lifestyle you want, even if that's just spending more time with your family, might be to work as a dustbin collector, because then you're finished early in the day. They're actually surprisingly well paid and it's a stable income. And maybe you don't need that much more money, you realize, to do the things you want to do. So instead of working harder and harder and thinking the only way I can spend more time with my family is conversely to work harder and longer hours, you just think, actually, what is the easiest way to get to where I want to go? Instead of shooting for the stars because you never know what's around the corner, instead of aiming for the light at the end of the tunnel, make it happen now and work out what the best way to make that happen is. Another tip is that you can be whatever you want to be without meaning to sound too much like a cheesy car bumper sticker. You can be whatever you want to be right now. It's only being hard. No, that's wrong. You can be whatever you want to be right now. It's only being good that's the hard bit. So, for instance, if you want to be a famous music artist, that's hard. But if you want to be a music artist, that's easy. All you have to do is start recording music in your spare time. So, for instance, my sister, she is an artist, she did an art degree, and instead of focusing on becoming an artist, because she realised that the path of an artist is a hard one, she's actually now a saleswoman, and she works on her art in her spare time, and she gets just as much pleasure out of that she would from doing it as her main job. So she can earn her money, come home, and then work on her projects in a kind of more relaxed atmosphere, and she does sell them, and she does make some money on the side. She's living a dream, but she's also doing a job. The two things don't need to be wed to one another. Another way, if you wanted to become a famous music artist, perhaps instead of working really hard and trying to get noticed by a record label, create your own YouTube channel and then start sharing music on there. As soon as you start doing that, you're on track to being the thing you want to be. And even if you never quite accomplish it, you'll still get that sense of reward and the sense of progress that comes just from doing it. Because I get so much reward out of doing this channel, even though this video will probably get 100 views. I don't care, I love doing it. I'm the pioneer, man, you know, and I don't know what that means, and I don't know why I did an American accent, but the point is, I'm having fun, and it doesn't necessarily have to be tied to your career. The way I've achieved the lifestyle I want, which is to wake up a bit later, go to the gym or work out from home, work in a coffee shop, and then work on my own projects until my wife gets home, and then have a chilled evening. The way I've achieved that is to work online, and that was also what gives me the freedom to travel a bit more, etc. But that doesn't have to be your path. If you are interested in working online, though, I will be making more videos on this. I'm personally a writer, a freelance writer, and I've also extended into a couple of other areas like videos and also app creation, of course. And I've made a video on app creation, and I'll talk a bit about how I work as a writer. It's actually very easy. I posted 3 adverts and it's given me work for 7 years. So I'll tell you how I did that, and you can do the same thing in a future video. But for now, lifestyle design. Instead of thinking about what's my job and how do I make my life work around it, think about what's the lifestyle I want and what job is the best way to get there. And it might surprise you what the answer is. Think a bit outside the box. So yes, that's a little bit of a ramble, but I hope you found it interesting and useful. If you want more about lifestyle design, I highly recommend the book, The 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss. He pretty much coined the phrase, and yeah, good luck with it. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one, which could be about nootropics, fitness, productivity, technology, who knows, but it's always about action, self-development. And yeah, see you then, and thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.